right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Constable Pat Sadak with the Winnipeg Police Service, Public Information Office, and I am here to discuss two matters with you today. On August 3rd, 2024, at approximately 12:30 p.m., a male entered a commercial business in the 1000 block of Nairn Avenue, pulled out a lighter, and threatened a cashier demanding money. The male fled without receiving any money. A short time later, at approximately 12:45 a.m., the male confronted an elderly female victim who was sitting in her vehicle nearby. The male pulled her out of the vehicle and threw her to the ground, threatened to stab her before fleeing from the scene in her vehicle. The elderly female victim suffered serious injuries. On August 4th, 2024, at approximately 5:45 a.m., the male confronted a female victim at the commercial business in the 1600 block of Regent Avenue West. The male attempted to rob the female victim of her vehicle and was thrown to the ground. She sustained minor injuries. The male was unable to start the vehicle and fled the area after stealing the female victim's purse. At approximately 7:30 a.m., the male entered a commercial business in the 1600 block of Regent Avenue West and confronted a female victim. He lured the female victim outside after telling her that there was something wrong with her parked vehicle. The male then assaulted the victim, punching her several times in the upper body area and threatened to kill her. The suspect male entered her vehicle and fled the area. The tactical support team located the stolen vehicle unoccupied in the 500 block of Selkirk Avenue. With the assistance of East District and North District General Patrol officers, the suspect male was located in the area and subsequently arrested. The Major Crimes Unit has charged Scott Matthew McCall of Winnipeg with the following: robbery ×4, aggravated assault, uttering threats cause death or bodily harm, and possession of property obtained by crime over $5,000. He was detained in custody. Any questions?
Would these be considered all random attacks?
These attacks were random, yes.
Random, but they're in the same area, moving steadily roughly east. So does this person have any, to your knowledge, any history of attacking people in that area, Transcona?
Not to my knowledge. These attacks were random. They all occurred in the general area.
Any concerns about this one at 12:45 p.m. an elderly woman? Any concerns about the nature? Do you think you're safe sitting outside, a commercial strip mall in a boring stretch of Nairn there? You just comment about the location and the severity of what occurred there.
Oh, well, we're concerned with these matters. We were actively looking for this individual because it was of a serious nature, and we're very happy that we had made an arrest.
All the victims are female. Do police believe that's just a coincidence, or the suspect was targeting females specifically because of some particular reason?
I don't have any. It doesn't appear to be. It just appears to be random at this point.
And the stolen vehicle that was located, I see several stolen vehicles. Can you say which stolen vehicle it was?
Sorry, what's your question?
Which stolen vehicle was it? Because we have two separate incidents of stolen vehicles, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yes, he had stolen two different vehicles, yes.
Okay, so which one was he found, or it says located the stolen vehicle. Which one are we talking about?
The second one.
Do we know are you able to say how old the victim was? Like, I know elderly, but...
She was in her 80s.
80s, okay, thank you.
She remain in hospital?
I don't have that information, but if you send me an email, I can get back to you.
Do you know the ages of the other two female victims?
The ages of the other two female victims? I'll take a look at that and I'll send it out.
And also on that second vehicle, it literally says that the suspect wasn't able to start the car. Why was that?
Because the female victim had her fob.
So I guess what advice would you give people? This, I believe, happened, one happened early in the morning, others happened during daylight. Advice would you give people who are just going about their business and something like this? You know, they might be afraid this might happen to them as well too.
Well, I mean, people need to go about their business as usual. I mean, they can't be afraid of what goes on. I mean, obviously these are random and this is not normal, and we're happy to make an arrest in this case. Take this matter very seriously, and yeah, if people, you know, be in groups, and if it's obviously this was during the daytime, so if it was in the evening time, again, be places where it's very lit, and just be very cognizant of your surroundings.
I mean, one of them, I believe, was murdered though, right? So like it wasn't like they were caught off guard. So even in that instance, what should people do?
Again, make sure you're cognizant of your surroundings, and if you know, you have to make sure that you're safe in the situation.
This might be hard to quantify, but are police witnessing a trend of an increase in violent crimes? Like, thinking these are instances where people go on a spree of random attacks. Are we seeing that more broadly in Winnipeg or possibly in other jurisdictions?
That's a very good question. I've only been briefing on and prepared to discuss these two matters, but it's a very good question. Any other questions on this matter? Okay, I'll move on to the second matter. On August 2nd, 2024, at approximately 10:15 a.m., a 15-year-old male was walking in the 400 block of King Street when he was approached by a male who, without provocation, stabbed the victim in his upper body. The suspect male then fled the area. The male victim was subsequently transported by emergency personnel to hospital in stable condition. A short time later, at approximately 10:20 a.m., a 27-year-old female was in the rear of the 700 block of Main Street when she came into contact with the suspect male. Without provocation, the male began to stab the female victim repeatedly in her upper and lower body before fleeing the area. She was transported by emergency personnel to hospital in unstable condition. She was later upgraded to stable condition. The Winnipeg Police Service Canine Unit, with the assistance of North District General Patrol officers, conducted a track in the 100 block of Lusted Avenue, where a male was located and subsequently arrested. The suspect male and both victims are not known to each other. The Major Crimes Unit has charged a male youth with the following: assault with a weapon × 2. He was detained in custody. Any questions?
Are there mental health issues here? We're talking about random stabbings of two people.
Again, we find this matter very concerning, and I can't speak on the specifics of what was going through his mind or what possible mental health issues he may have, but we find it very concerning and very happy that we made an arrest in this instance.
Randomly stabbing two people seems to, without a robbery motive, seems to be, sounds not like a person who's got everything going on together here, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, again, I can't speak on his mindset or what mental health issues he may have, but again, we're just happy that we made an arrest.
Pat, do you know if this youth was known to police? Like, I'm thinking back in June, we heard about Project Surge, which was an operation where police were arresting a small amount of youth offenders for a high amount of crimes. Do you know at this point if this youth had any involvement in Project Surge?
This youth was not known by police.
Are we able to say where the youth is from?
Not at this time.
Can you say he was on drugs of any sort?
No, I can't comment on that, the specifics of the investigation.
Was he of no fixed address?
I can't divulge that information.
Where you found him, was he on his way home, or did you say he's out prowling the streets at that time? Do you have any idea where?
I have no information on that.
Are the, both victims in this case, are they out of hospital?
Both victims, I'd have to take a look at it and let you know.
So the first victim being stabbed at 10:15, the second one was only 5 minutes later. Would you say police were able to deal with both at the same time, or like call the fire department or an ambulance? Like, were they physically close in mileage together? Or?
Yes.
Yes, they were in.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, here you've got the first one down, and then you've got the ambulance there, and it's like close by, there's another body here, so did they double up onto the same ambulance? Did you call two ambulances? I'm just trying to figure out how that whole thing went.
Again, I mean, these events happened concurrently, and emergency personnel were dispatched, and they attended to both victims. As to whether there were two or one, I can't comment on that. But this happened, like you said, at the same time.
At the same time, they're very close.
Correct.
They weren't together, those people, were they?
No.
Sorry, the rear of the 700 block of Main Street, you mean back lane, right?
Correct.
Thank you.
Any more?
Thank you.
Didn't see the espresso machine working when I walked in here. Pardon me? Have enough coffee.